With Tartarus done for now, we're ready to move on to a new week. And as you can see, we only have 1 week to go before, well, let's just say something's going to happen. And speaking of things happening...
Hi, how have you been?
Oh no, it's you again. You come home for a night of hard battling in Tartarus, then you go to bed thinking you're going to get some sleep before the next morning, and then suddenly, mysterious creepy boy's back again. How'd he get in?
What kind of welcome is that? Besides, I'm always with you.
Yeah, not creepy at all. And also, what kind of welcome is suddenly appearing out of nowhere and just going, hi, and laughing creepily?
1 week from now, there will be a full moon.
And that's highlighted in green, which is associated with the dark hour, and you know what that means.
Be careful. A new ordeal awaits you.
Full moon.
Yes, on such days you will face your greatest challenges.
If you've been looking at the interface, you probably would have figured that out by now. So in 7 days, there's going to be a full moon, and on full moons, things happen.
You must prepare for the ordeal, but time is of the essence.
Yeah, we only have 7 more days, and really only 1 more Tartarus visit to grind, because this full moon happens to fall on a Saturday, which means we won't be able to go to Tartarus that day.
I'm sure you're aware of that, of course. I'll come see you again when it's over. Goodbye for now.
Oh, no, please don't come again when it's over. Well, at least we won't be seeing him for another week. If anything, I'm more scared of that than the ordeal that's coming on the full moon. So, yep, we're still in Golden Week and we're still tired. Unfortunately, we can't do anything without tiredness, considering that we, yeah, kind of can't go to school at the moment. So, today is Constitution Day. Basically exactly what it says on the tin. It's commemorating the Japanese Constitution. And it's the, well, Golden Week was supposed to begin with Showa Day, but this is the real beginning of Golden Week. A sequence of public holidays one after another. But, yeah, we did find out about that home shopping program last time. Maybe we should check it out. From now on, every Sunday, you can check the TV. And get ready for a song that's going to get stuck in your head, possibly almost as much as Mass Destruction. Yes, even the game calls it irritatingly catchy. I'm pretty sure this song is the Persona Universe's equivalent of the Triple Dent Gum commercial. Yeah. It's the Home Shopping Show. And we have this guy. Of course, it's Tanaka. We'll show you great items at unbeatable prices. Oh, you won't be able to touch that dial. For some reason, I always imagine him having like a cheesy game show host voice. So, what's their item of the day? Slash Ward. Yeah, he's definitely a typical TV salesman. But you get 1 sappy jelly absolutely free if you buy it for only, that's a very weird price, 2,980 yen. Well, we pretty much have money to burn from that Elizabeth request, so we may as well buy this, if only to see just how this works. Of course, you don't get the item immediately. He can't teleport the item straight through the TV screen or anything like that. And yeah, this song. And, well, that's the shopping program. For now, though, it's a Sunday. We can't go to school, the bookstore's closed, so that means we only have 1 thing to do today. Though first, maybe we should just check downstairs to see what everyone else is doing. But really, it's pretty obvious what we're going to do today. Also, because it's Sunday, I think we should check out the TV, because now's our only chance we have to do this. Next time on Phoenix Ranger Featherman R, Episode 11, A Dangerous Game, You're Flying Too Much, Featherman! And now the news. And epidemic of youth depression right after that, wow. Leader of the what? Interesting. And yeah, I already explained this. The size of the shadow corresponds to how many enemies there are, but this is something new. Red shadows. Red shadows contain powerful enemies, so you might want to avoid those if you're not in a fit state to fight. Of course, Elizabeth just loves giving you quests to fight the red shadows, so remember that. We've been managing so far, and it's at least good that one of our members is a healer. Well, unless you consider playing MMO doing something. Maybe he should play some of that MMO. Then again, he gave us his only copy. Anyway, yeah, I think you all know what we're doing. Let's head back into the room. And the messaging client is flashing. Looks like Maya wants to play. So, let's do it. We don't need a matching persona of this Arcana just yet, and we're always meeting up in Lunavale Hospital. Of course there aren't any other players, this MMO is kinda dead. Our WB is welcome back, apparently. They really love their obscure internet slang. Also, their Japanese-style emoticons are the ones that often focus more on the eyes. Yeah, of course I remember. You know, that one at the end is kind of funny, because that's what people used to call Na back before Fire Emblem Awakening was translated into English, because her Japanese name was in fact Mm-mm. And that one there, bad My Immortal flashbacks. And once again, more Persona 2 references. This is one of those cases where the guide doesn't exactly have the right option, but it gives a pretty good indication. The guide says the outdoors is overrated, but the actual line of the game's even funnier. Sunshine is overrated. And then she spelt wrong. Now this is interesting. So, yeah, for those of you who don't know, otaku is a very, very, very bad thing to be known as in Japan. A lot of Western fans of anime or Japanese games, I think it's lessening in more recent years as people are becoming more aware, but they used to proudly call themselves otaku, and basically the first thing that I was told in my university Japanese courses was never call yourself an otaku in Japan, because that is like basically saying, I have no life and I live in the basement. Seriously, if you want an idea of what Japan thinks of otaku, it's basically this. Yeah. Well, sometimes it's more fun to be chatting than just grinding. Oh yes, grinding does get old. Funny, I just grinded a pixie back then. At least Maya's slightly opened up to us. And this gives us Hermit Rank 2, which has costed us another entire day. So, no Courage or Academics increases today. It's annoying, but you kind of have to live with it with your social link. No, she'll be AFK, or away from keyboard if you don't know. Big sale. Gary still already cleaned out Tanaka's show. And we decide to log out, and for some reason that took up the entire day. Yeah. Thankfully, tomorrow's also a holiday, so we don't need to worry about it skipping us straight to school. Today is Greenery Day, a day to give thanks to nature. But Greenery Day has kind of an interesting history. Originally, this day wasn't actually an official holiday, but since it fell in between two other public holidays, they, by law, decided that it should also be a holiday. They call that a citizen's holiday. However, originally Greenery Day was celebrated on what is now Showa Day, and they moved it here, so they would actually have an official holiday on this day. So, yeah, kind of an interesting history behind that. Now, today's Monday, so there is nothing on the TV. And today we're actually not going to be playing the MMO game. Let's see if anyone's in the lounge. Another interesting thing about holidays in Japan is apparently there's something called a carryover holiday, where if a public holiday falls on a Sunday, then the Monday afterwards becomes one. Interestingly enough, that kind of applies as well here, I think, sometimes, when Boxing Day falls on a weekend, they give you the Monday off. Yeah, probably not a good idea to wake up a boxer. That's not going to end well for you. And Mitsuru's explaining a mechanic that I actually forgot about, mostly because I just don't use split up that often. This is request help. If you're in a battle alone, you can actually tell Mitsuru to contact the other members and try and get them to come and back you up. So, yes, it can be useful if you're, if you split up and you realized, oh wait, this isn't a good idea. Oh, now this is a very interesting show. So, this show is one giant reference to earlier Persona games. So, the reporter here is Trish, and she is interviewing a 20-year-old girl with bright blonde hair. Their sister used to be a famous idol. Interesting. And Pain Pain Go Away is this character's catchphrase when they originally appeared, although the weird thing is, I'm pretty sure that Trish wasn't even human, so how she's running a talk show, I have no idea. The characters interviewed usually are references to characters from either Persona 1 or 2, and this is the only time that Persona 1 and 2 characters get referenced in this game, so yeah, every Persona game individually is generally quite self-contained, except for 1 and 2. 2 has a bit more references to 1 than usual. But I mean, 3 was on the receiving end too. In 4, Persona 3 only got a few vague references and not all really that much connections. Anyway, today is not a Sunday, so we can actually enter the bookstore. I don't believe we've seen the old couple for a while. I guess we should tell him. And he still calls us Gary Stu-chan. Ugh. Melon bread. Yeah, let's accept it. Who's he? Now, this is kind of interesting. The first two options in this conversation, they matter for points. There are going to be a lot of other questions coming up, and your responses to none of them matter. So everything from here on doesn't give any points, so you can answer whatever you want. Well, I suppose if he's offering and they have too many already. Oh no. This social link also gives you a lot of free items, by the way. No need to apologize, but what for? I wonder if that... Yeah, that sounds like a certain someone we know. Penny seems lonely, though. And the music's changed. Wonder what they are talking about. Oh, right. That must be who the he was they were mentioning before. So, this is about where this link starts to get quite interesting. And this is only level 2. You just told us you had a son who passed away. That's pretty sad. Suppose there's really not much more to say. Oh, no one greeting us this time? That's odd. And that's actually very, very odd because we actually need to go to Tartarus tonight. However, don't worry, it's not that bad. For some reason, not all the nights we have to go to Tartarus, well, not all of them, but in a lot of them, something like this happens. But if we head upstairs, we can meet everyone here. And to save Junpei from having to actually break the fourth wall, the tutorial's gonna do it for us. We press R1 to check the turn order. Like I've said before, the turn order is a little weird in this game. It's not affected by speed or anything like that, it's usually mostly kind of random, so... yeah. Well... Robin is always 3 steps ahead, so you're 1 behind you, Makihiko. Or her. So, thankfully we can go to Tartarus tonight, even though Mitsuru's, training. I've already mentioned this, I tend to prefer one-handed swords overall. Now, normally on a Monday night we would go and sing karaoke, but tonight, we actually need to go to Tartarus, so I'm gonna... actually, no, wait, I'll do the save off camera later. And I'll just explain this as briefly as I can. This is why I said back in Tartarus that we'll actually be coming here again a lot sooner. And the reason why we're going to Tartarus tonight, in fact, let me check something. I need to check everyone's status because there's a oh boy. There's a possibility that one of my party members is not feeling well. Okay, Yukari is sick. Junpei is good though. The next fight is doable with Yukari sick, but it's gonna make things a little harder. I have actually done it on practice with her being sick, so it's actually not really that bad. But she is a bit of a liability in the fight anyway, so it's really not too big a deal, but still. Anyway, we don't actually need to fight in Tartarus tonight. All we need to do is actually go there. If you want, you can actually immediately leave if you're not ready to actually fight or explore. And Mitsuru's training her ability to analyze the enemy. So, we need to go to Tartarus tonight, but we don't actually need to explore or fight. Why are we doing this? Well, here is the simple answer. We're going to Tartarus to dodge somebody's phone calls. And that's gonna sound quite strange, but we haven't encountered the phone call system yet. Past a certain point in the links, social links, well, certain social links, not all of them. For example, the old couple will not call you at night. But certain social links, usually school ones, will call you and ask you to hang out on the weekend. The thing is, each social link will call you at different times during the week, and if you refuse their first call, they won't call you again that week. And we have a social link who is programmed to call us tonight. And if he did, we would be forced to turn him down. And if we did that, we would not be able to accept his call later in the week and actually be able to hang out. So in order to manipulate the phone calls so that he calls later in the week, we're actually going to Tartarus tonight. That way, we skip the late night phase of tonight, and that means we skip his phone call entirely, and it doesn't count as us rejecting him. So, yeah, that is why we need to go to Tartarus. I know it sounds weird, but there are going to be a few times throughout the game where we need to do this, so make sure you check the guide for moments where you do need this. But at the very least, it means that we get a chance to do more of Tartarus, and unfortunately, it means we're going to have to fight a big boss next time. So that's going to be fun. But yeah, I'll see you next time. I'm sorry if this part was quite short, but yeah, we had to go to Tartarus again pretty quickly. I'll see you next time for... Oh boy, I'm not looking forward to the next part. By far the toughest early game boss. See you then.